everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Courtney, owner and designer of Wreath in Hand. Today we are making a blue and white silver Merry Christmas sign. Let's get started. First thing I want to do is prep my sign so that it's nice and dry and ready to go. You could use a hole punch, but I don't have one and I just haven't gotten around to buying one, but I should, because I do tend to use these signs quite a bit. But until then, I'm just using these cable mounts, and I'm gonna attach 4 of them, and I'm gonna use some glue to help hold it. So I'm gonna use on 2 sides the Gorilla Super glue, and then on the other 2 sides I'm gonna do Gorilla Hot Glue. My sign is prepped and drying. I'm gonna get started on prepping my wreath frame. This is a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame, and then I'm going to be using 18 pipe cleaner Chanel stems. I buy these from Hobby Lobby. I just prefer these over the Dollar Tree ones. They are thicker and I think they just hold up better. I got all my mesh cut at 18 or at 20 inches, sorry. I always get those confused. So next week, it is officially a week till Halloween, but probably when you're watching this video, I think I'm gonna post this after Halloween, so it'll probably be November. And I am super busy right now with making wreaths for my Etsy shop. It's the busy season, so you gotta get started on them early, which is why I'm making it in October. And I'm also doing my very first craft fair. I have not wanted to do craft fairs before or vendor events. I've just been not interested in it, but last year, and I think even the year before, my family kept saying that at the church they go to, they have like a holiday boutique, and that they said that I should try to do it, but I just had no interest in it. I think vendor events are a lot of work, and I also have a lot of social anxiety, so the thought of, doing these events is pretty intimidating. But I don't know what changed this year. I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, try it, see how it goes. So at first I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to sell any wreaths there, just because it sounded like you only got a table, and I hadn't talked to the lady yet, but she did let me know that I could bring outside stands, which, what I mean by that for myself would be what I can hang my wreaths on. And that was also another issue for me, is that I don't have wreath stands that you would normally see at vendor events for people selling wreaths. And I really didn't want to spend that much money, or invest in it, I should say, if I wasn't really sure if I was going to want to do vendor events in the future. So I just ended up deciding to use what I actually store my wreaths on at home. I'm only gonna bring maybe like 8, maybe a couple more, maybe a couple less. It just depends on when I get into the space and actually how much room there actually is, and if I'm able to do it. I may have to cut the wreaths all together, which I'm not gonna be that upset about, but I'm not sure what I'm really walking into, how the space works there. It sounds like she told me that I'm gonna have a center aisle, and I'm kind of hoping I get like the end space so that I have more room for my wreaths, because I really don't want people, not on purpose of course, but just casually walking by and rubbing against them, or them just being in the way. So I have to keep that in mind. But I'm also gonna sell some home decor stuff that I've made and some floral arrangements. And I'm also gonna be selling some like holiday gift stuff. But I'm kind of concerned. I don't know. I think they're really cute. I'm just not sure how they'll do, just because this vendor event used to be like, I think the weekend of Black Friday, and they ended up moving it to November 5th. So I don't know. Call me a crazy person. I've never done a vendor event, and I'm literally putting it together in less than 3 weeks. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm very ambitious, I guess. I believe in myself, apparently. But, you know, I just told myself it is what it is. What I can get done, I can get done. And I was not prepared for this event at all by any means. I mean, I didn't even have business cards. I've been putting that off. And so I finally ordered business cards. So at least I'll have that. And then there's a lot into it. I was thinking about bags. If a customer buys something, you know, I don't want them just walking around with it. So I was trying to find bags, and then trying to find Christmas themed items in October. Aside from like Hobby Lobby. I mean, yeah, the stores do have Christmas stuff, but like I've been kind of looking for like holiday candy, and it's just not out. It's all obviously Halloween themed. So I don't know, that's been kind of delaying me putting everything together. But if you're interested, I'm going to do a craft fair series on my YouTube. If you're interested in seeing what I made and how my event went. If you're not interested, that's okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep adding all my ruffles into my wreath. Here's the wreath with all the mesh on it so far. Next, I'm gonna get started on the bow. I'm making a different kind of bow this time. Usually I make I think they're called funky bows, where I only use 6 ribbons. This time I'm going to be doing, I guess, just a traditional bow with the loops on top and then the tails on the bottom. I love Laura Jean. If you watch her here on YouTube, I just love her, and she always makes the most biggest beautiful bows, and I've been wanting to make one like that for a while. But you know, I get stuck in my ways and I just make things the same way all the time. But I want to try it for this one, and yeah, if I make it and I don't like it, then I'll just make my regular bow. And to make my bow, I'm going to be using my Easy Bow Maker. These are the ribbons that I'm going to be using. I'm not quite sure where I got this one from. I got it, I think, a couple years ago. Oh, this one I got from 5th Street Studio. No, I didn't write it on that one. And then this one is from Hobby Lobby. Also, I'm pretty sure I got that one a couple years ago too. Maybe last year. This one I just bought. I used it in my last video. This one's from Craft Outlet. This one's also from Hobby Lobby. This one's different from this white one. This one's white with some silver glitter. This one is more on the silver side. I got this one from Hobby Lobby this year. This one I believe I got it last year or the year before, also from Hobby Lobby. And then I just picked up this one from Hobby Lobby. All right, I pre-laid out the ribbon, and like I said, this is the first time that I'm making a bow like this, so I'm not quite sure how it's gonna come out. And then I do want a longer tail on it. My sign's still drying, so I'm just gonna try to eyeball it. That might be too long, but that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it. I'd rather have a little bit extra than feeling like I didn't have enough on there. I'm gonna do this. Oh, okay, never mind. Apparently I've used this ribbon for something. That piece wasn't gonna be long enough, so. I gotta figure out how long that tail was again. But yeah, I'm gonna use this one. This one's my thickest ribbon that I have, so I think this one will work pretty well for, oh my gosh. Come on, now this one has a splice in it. Excuse me. So if you're not sure what a splice is, sometimes the ribbons come glued together. I don't want to use that, just in case you're adjusting or your customer is adjusting. I don't know if it will rip off. I'm not really sure, but I always see everyone take them off, and I think it looks nicer too because you don't want to have a big giant seam right there. Okay, third time's the charm, hopefully. Okay, I'm not gonna run out of ribbon because that was my next concern. Let's try this again. So for the loops for this one, I usually do 5.5, but I'm thinking maybe I should do 6, or maybe even, I don't know if 6.5 might be too big. Or I'm sorry, yeah, 6.5. I'm just gonna do 6. Because I think I've made bows in the past with the 6.5, and I feel like I don't really like how it looks. So for this one, I'm gonna do 2 loops on each side. And then when I put the ribbon in, I'm twisting at the prongs. I'm gonna make them both the same loop size. I love this ribbon, it is so pretty. I think I bought this for a snowman wreath that I never got to, that hopefully I'm gonna get to this year. But I'll probably make him, or my snowman, whatever it is, in a couple, maybe next month, just because I'm trying to get all my actual like Christmas wreaths done before I start doing like winter. And then I'm gonna dovetail the ends. It's so pretty. So I love this. This actually looks really great just by itself. I'm gonna move the camera up. Yeah, I love that. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next ribbon. This is the next ribbon. It's the 1.5 that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's more like the silver. I think I'm gonna make the tails a tiny bit shorter. Maybe I should have watched her video to see how she does it, because I'm not really remembering. Oh my gosh, I swear. Don't mind me. Just gonna hammer this back in. Anything else? Anything else while I'm making the bow? Anyways, I swear, it's always my life. Try to do something and there's just the most going on. All right, so I made those ones 6. So this one I'm gonna make 5.5. And I'm just gonna do 1 loop for this one. If you guys are on TikTok, I am also on TikTok. I have lots of videos on there, craft supply, Wreath supply, unboxing. I also have home decor, and then I'm also, like I said, I'm going to be putting my craft fair series on there, or just even if you want to give them as gifts, that would work too for you. If that would work for you. Okay, there's that one. The next ribbon is going to be this 2.5. This one might be from 5th Street Craft Outlet or Wreath Supply Outlet. That's usually where I get all my ribbons from. I don't remember. I'm going to make this one, I think, as long as the last one that I did, the tail. And then for this one, I'm gonna do 2 loops at 5 inches. This ribbon's more on the thinner side. But that's fine. Hopefully it's still pretty. But I swear that thinner ribbons are sometimes harder to work with than, I mean, I don't know. I've had a super thick ribbon where those are really hard to work with too. But man, you get those like medium to heavyweight ribbons, those are just the best. Like this one, it's on the thinner side, so it just doesn't hold its shape as well. So you gotta kind of manipulate it a little bit more. Whereas like that first one that I used is definitely, I like the weight of that one. The blue snowflake, that one is like the medium to heavyweight, and it's easy to work with, and it holds its shape. But you know, when you're ordering online, you don't really get to feel what the ribbons feel like, and I've definitely been pretty disappointed because before I used to order supplies online, I used to buy, when I first started making wreaths, I used to buy ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I never even had bought ribbon from Hobby Lobby before. I mean, it wasn't until recent that I was like, oh my god, there's a Hobby Lobby? Like, let me go see what's in there. Or even like Michael's. So, you know, I've been learning a lot about ribbons, but yeah, sometimes I'm like, the ribbon I order online, I'm like, this kind of feels like Dollar Tree ribbon. So I don't know. It's interesting. All right, got my 2 loops there. It's so pretty. This is the next one I'm gonna go in with. This is the one from Hobby Lobby. This one's also thinner, but it feels a little bit thicker than this one. And it is super glittery. For this one, I'm gonna do, sorry, I keep forgetting what the last one was that I did. I'm just trying to go down 1/2 inch every time. So I'm gonna do 4.5. on this one, and I'm just going to do one loop for this one. This is the next ribbon I'm going to use. I'm going to make this one also at 4 inches, but I'm just going to make one loop of this one. Okay, sorry, I think that last video got cut off. My phone was telling me that it was dying, so I don't know why I had to pause my video to do that. Like, we really live in 2023, and all these brand new phones, we still can't record, or our phones can't, you know, not stop recording. You know what I'm trying to say. It's so irritating. Like, why do I have to have my video paused to tell me my phone's dying? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, can we just fix that, please? Any phone company? Anybody out there? All right, so for this one, I'm gonna do one loop at 3.5 inches. I'm gonna do one loop on each side. And then for the last ribbon, this one, I'm also gonna do one loop and probably a center loop as well at 3.5 inches. Okay, I've never in my life seen, in my wreath making life, seen my bow maker this full. And slightly, I'm a little worried if I'm gonna get this whole thing off. Okay, it's all right, I can do it. Oh, I don't know, this is so thick, oh my gosh. This is crazy. Do y'all see the stack of ribbon? This is crazy, oh my gosh. I'm just gonna slip my zip tie around. Oh man, I feel like I need an extra long zip tie. Oh my gosh, I keep putting the dang zip tie backwards. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Actually, I don't know. Not sure if my zip tie can do it. All right, we're almost there. Trying to get the zip tie on it. Yeah, I think if I do these again, I need some extra long zip ties. Alright, so before I tighten it all the way, I want to fix my center loop. And then I need to add my chenille stem in the back. There we go. Wow, that's a big ribbon. I mean, a big bow. All right, we're gonna start to fluff it out now. Alright, my sign is still wet, so I'm gonna have to come back to adding the sign, but I actually have to leave soon anyways. But I'll probably be able to do the ribbon tails after this, and then I'll just add the sign at the end. I already know my sign's gonna go in the middle, so I'm not gonna worry about which ones are gonna be seen and not seen, because I'm pretty sure, well, I'll do the outside first, and then I don't know if I'll need any for the middle. It's a smaller wreath sign. Ooh, perfect. Okay. Here it is on the wreath. It's so pretty. This might actually look good with just the bow on top and some ribbon tails. Okay, so I don't want to get it too close, but yeah, I'll probably need some for the middle. I went ahead and added the sign to the wreath off camera just because the sign always gives me a hard time, and I ended up having to readjust the bow because when I put the sign on, I ended up having the bow all crooked, so I had to fix it. And then I also selected my ribbon tails, so I'm going to do these two together, and then we'll be doing these two together. I also cut all the ribbon tails at 12 inches, and then I dovetailed the ends. Here is what the wreath looks like after adding the ribbon tails on there. So pretty, I love it. Kind of my ring light's kind of making it look, I can't really see the colors too well. It is very blue and very silvery. So next I'm going to add, I have these embellishments, and then I think I have more of these, and then I also have some of these. I'm not sure if I'm gonna add these or not. I might. Let me see.